Why hello there my lovely chumps, and today I'm going to be showing you some games that I recently got from eBay. So let's get on with it, shall we? And the first game on the list is a Nintendo game from the NES console, known in Japan, the Famicom. And that first game I'm going to show you is a good old Castlevania on the NES. And so in this game, you play as this really handsome hunk known as Simon Belmont, and his quest is to go into Dracula's castle to, you guessed it, kill Dracula from taking over the world. And so Simon Belmont has to kill all of Dracula's minions from the basement, and then to work his way up to the top of the tower to whip his ass. To Dracula, to whip Dracula's ass, to whip Dracula's ass, to whip him into shape, to whip his ass into shape. Yeah. Anyway, basically, you just gotta stop Dracula from taking over the world, and yeah, it's a pretty good classic game, and that game on the NES. Castlevania. So the second game on the list is a PlayStation 5 game, a horror game, and it is a remake based on the PlayStation 2 game, and that game is Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. And so you get introduced by two Japanese women, Miyu and Mayu, and a butterfly, because obviously the name of the title. Anyway, they both end up going into the dark forest. They find a mysterious village, and then they trespass in this mysterious haunted house because, you know, women are always curious. They just have to do things that they're not allowed to do. They break the rules. Anyway, they're in this horrible haunted house. They end up finding a camera on the floor, a very mysterious camera, may I add. So be careful, people, because that camera may have some really weird things in them. You get my drift. But anyway, yeah, they find the camera and take a picture, right? You take a picture of your friend, because why not? And yeah, essentially, they end up taking that camera and apparently to try and open the door, and then there's a ghost. Ooh, ghost. And so with the camera, you use the camera to kill the ghosts, because in Japanese law, what they do is they basically steal the souls of ghosts in those cameras, as I've heard. So apparently that's true. So if it is, that's pretty sick. So yeah, that is the game, the horror game, Fatal Frame Crimson Butterfly remake on the PlayStation 5. And the third game on that list is a PlayStation 5 game, and it is a remake of a Game Boy Color game that went on to the Game Boy Advance. And that game is Shantae Risky's Revolution for the PlayStation 5. So this game is about this belly dancer genie chick named Shantae. So on the back of this case it says Shantae is back in a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure game 20 years in the making. Discover the last chapter of the Shantae saga fully restored and released after 20 years. 6 creature transformations, hair whip and belly dance your way through scrambled lands. Shift, twist, navigate, and explore by swapping between mix and match multi-layered levels. So yeah, so this game looks pretty fun and looks really appealing as well. So I do have the rest of the series. So yeah, I do have the rest of the series of all the Shantae games on the Switch, but I also do have another one on the PlayStation 5. So honestly, I can't wait to get to the rest of these games because they all look really fun to play, and yeah, just can't wait to actually get to these games. So that is Shantae Advance Risky's Revolution. And now we are on the fourth game on the list, and this is a PlayStation 2 game, and this is a Sega game, and this is basically a remake of the original game on the Mega Drive, and that game being Game Ground for the PlayStation 2. So this PS2 version of the game, it is basically a Sega Ages lineup. So yes, there are other games on the PlayStation 2 that Sega has pretty much remade, and yeah, will I want to get most of the Sega Ages lineup? Yeah, it'd be really cool to get those collections. It'd be pretty cool. Like, I'm not wanting to plan to get the full collection of the Sega Ages lineup, but it'd be cool to have a few. So yeah, this game, this game's story and lore is absolutely freaking crazy. Like, it's batshit crazy. So it's really hard to go and explain what the story is. So here's how I'm going to put it. Game Ground is literally just the future, the past, and the present all going against each other. And yeah, the world basically goes absolutely ape shit, essentially. So yeah, it's a pretty crazy lore and story. So yeah, it's a crazy ass game. And basically it is pretty much kind of a tactics type of game, as you will. I think that's what it is anyway. I think it is a tactics type based game. So yeah, basically in this game, you just gotta be very wary on your tactical skill of not making any little mistakes in the game. So yeah, you can basically play as a robot, you can play as a samurai, you can play as some, I guess, cops, I think. Like I said, it's pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, you can basically play a character that can throw boomerangs. It's pretty crazy shit. So yeah, throwing boomerangs at a bunch of robots and stuff. That's pretty nuts. Anyway, so yeah, that is Game Ground, the Sega Ages lineup on the PlayStation 2. And now we're on the fifth game, and this is a PlayStation 1 game that we never got in the UK. It was only in Japan and America, and that game is Threads of Fate for the PlayStation 1. Now, as you can tell, this case, it is the real British case, but the cover art, it is fake. But I do have the real game right here, which is absolutely stunning. Like, look at how shiny that is. Look at that. Beautiful. In very good condition as well. So yeah. So, as you can tell, it is an American game that I got. And it is in a British PS1 case. And yeah, as you do, you just gotta compromise. Because the game really is quite expensive. So, I had to compromise with this one. And I'm glad that I did. So yeah, I had to do these individually. So I had to buy these individually. So yeah, this game is a pretty cool game. It is developed by Squaresoft. So let me tell you about these characters and what this game is about. So this game is about two amazing adventurers. Rue is on a quest to revive a lost friend. Mint is seeking power and revenge. Both of them are looking for a powerful relic, but which will be brave and clever enough to reach their goal? Explore a beautifully rendered 3D world filled with challenging puzzles, unusual enemies, and unknown dangers. Play as both characters to encounter two entirely different storylines. Rue has the ability to shapeshift into the forms of defeated enemies. Mint can learn and use a wide variety of powerful magic spells. So yeah, this game is pretty sick. So this is definitely different from other RPG games. This is an RPG platform game, which Squaresoft did pretty well with, and it's pretty different. So definitely a game to check out, and I can't wait to get to this game. So this is a very cool game, and I'm glad that I managed to compromise to get this game. Now, I've seen the American box art, which is just a little case anyway, but I have seen the artwork, and it looks really cool looking. You know, I really wish I did get that, but who cares? I managed to do this, and I'm glad that I compromised on it. So, yeah, that is Threads of Fate for the PlayStation 1. And so, the last game on my list. It is a GameCube game that I've been wanting on my GameCube list for a very, 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 very long time. And it is a very rare game. And it is very expensive. So, I'm not even going to mention how much I got this for. But at least I managed to get it at a reasonable price, even though it still was stupid expensive, but at least it's in very good condition. And my god, that last game on my list for the GameCube that I've been wanting for a very long time on my list. Oh god, I can't believe I got it. That game on the GameCube, it's Chibi Robo for the GameCube. Sorry, that is just my real reaction. I'm quite excited to talk about this. So, this game is a very different game that Nintendo created. So, it's very different, as Nintendo likes to make their games. It's very, very Nintendo. So yeah, I'll tell you about what this game is about. So, say hello to Chibi Robo. Like most families, the Sandersons bicker about money and cleaning, unlike most families, though they also have robotic spiders, aliens, and talking toys to worry about. Enter Chibi Robo, a tiny robot programmed to spread happiness. Join him on his quest to restore order to the Sanderson house and save the world. So yeah, this game is really cool. So I cannot wait to start playing this game because it's just so cool. Now, I do have Chibi Robo also on the 3DS. So now that I've got both the games in the collection now, it's going to be quite fun to go through them. So sorry, that is a full autistic stim right there. That is my actual excitement for finally owning this game that I've been waiting and wanting for a few years now. So the fact that I finally got it, it is fantastic. So that is, my friends, that is Chibi Robo for the GameCube. And that is it, my friends. That was all 6 games that I got from eBay. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, put a comment below to know what you think of this video, and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified to get more videos like this. So you get the point. So I hope you enjoyed this video, my lovely chumps, and I shall see you guys on another video.